Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Brook Monaghan. Before we get into the season opener coming up Thursday night and talk a little bit more about some preseason awards, Coach, I know today is a tough day as we record this interview on Tuesday morning. Most of us have just found out about the passing of Coach Bartels. Chris Bartels, longtime coach of the University of Memphis. He was your coach at the University of Memphis. And I know probably a big reason you decided to return to then Memphis State, then becoming University of Memphis. And he was a big influence, not just athletically, but around the local soccer community in general.
Yeah, it's yesterday was a very tough day. And, Coach Bartels was Memphis soccer. And I think the whole community, when they think back of, the University of Memphis, he's one of the first people that comes to their mind. And, I had the pleasure to play 3 seasons for him. And, not only was he a very good coach, but he was just a wonderful person. And, I'm thankful that I was able to really reconnect with him over the last few years, because his son, Teddy, is on our staff and plays a massive role within our team. And, with Teddy being a coach for us, Coach Bartels would come out to the games. And, I've got some great memories over the last couple of years of just visiting and, talking soccer with him after a game. And, hey, what'd you think of our team? And, it's very, very, very tough. And, he'll definitely be missed. And, I'm proud to say that I played for Coach Bartels.
You mentioned, he is Memphis soccer, and he's the guy that took over a program in 1988. The program at that point was only 6 years old. So he's the guy that transitioned it probably into really developing into a major Division I program. There were a lot of upgrades. Kind of you guys established Echo Fields at that point as the home of Memphis Tiger soccer, and you were on that team that won a first conference championship, went to the first NCAA. And so he did a lot to really establish not just establish the foundation, but raise it to the next level.
100%. He did a lot of work behind the scenes to make my life easy. I mean, he was a big part of the hiring of the first women's coach and Les Zabo. They knew each other from way back when. And, if it weren't for Chris Bartels, I wouldn't be in this position. It really, if you really break it down, because he basically was a big part of hiring the women's coach, who then, put trust in me as a young man to be part of the program. And, here I am now, 20 years as the head coach. So I'm forever grateful for so many things about Coach Bartels, with just establishing Memphis soccer to, opening doors for me to do what I love this day and age. And, it's he meant a lot to me.
Sure, he would want you to turn your focus to the season opener. I'm sure he's proud of what you've done with that women's program. And as we kind of transition here, before we get into UAB on Thursday night, your season opener, let's talk about the club preseason favorite in the polls last week. And it's a nice honor. It doesn't win it for you, but it still recognizes the consistent winning you guys have done. And then you rack up, I think, 4 preseason all-conference players.
Yeah, no, it's that. I mean, we've talked before, is preseason just means that you were, successful in the past. It doesn't mean anything about the future, but it is nice to be recognized. And I think, we've been able to establish this program as, that's something that's expected, from myself and the players. I know one of the rankings came out yesterday, and we were 22nd. And, it's, obviously you stay humble with all this, but it's just an expectation, and if we're not being considered, top of the conference, or, around the top 25 or whatever, then I feel like I'm not doing as good of a job as I can, and we're blessed to be in this situation. But, at the end of the day, we're just ready to play. It's been 450 something days, I think, since the kids played their last match, since myself and the staff have been get back into it. And, just can't wait for Thursday night.
Well, one thing that you have never done, and you talked openly to your team about, I know in the coaches shows we've done, is, you're not going to hide stuff from them now in the social media age, because they're going to find out rankings, preseason, all conference, preseason, national rankings, everything. And it's just something you guys embrace. As you mentioned, it's an expectation, and it's good, even as a team that's a perennial favorite and an NCAA participant. I don't know if you'd use the word chip on your shoulder, but they want to have that. It feels that they want to have that expectation.
Yeah, that's what we sell to every kid. Comes in here that we're recruiting is, if you come here, you're going to play for championships, and that doesn't come easy. You got to put the work in. But so for us not to hold that that high of a standard, we'd be selling ourselves short. But at the end of the day, you got to play every game. You got to play every minute of every game, and nothing's given to you. And, that's the other thing that, with these rankings, you're usually going to get your opponent's best match. So, it's and it's leading into our first game. We're playing UAB, Thursday night, and they're a good team. And, anybody on our schedule, if we don't show up and do our part, can absolutely beat us. So right now I feel like we're in a good place. Unfortunately, we haven't had any exhibitions, so we're looking good when we're playing against ourselves. Thursday will be a different, it'll be a different story. So very anxious, very excited. A lot of emotions going on right now, but and it's, I always have to be realistic as a coach. It's not going to be perfect, but although that's the standard I've got to hold it to. So it's like I said, it's a long time coming, and just really looking forward to getting out there and playing against somebody else.
Well, no one's played now for over a calendar year. UAB did get an exhibition match, and I was looking to beat Montevallo 3-1. And from whatever you can glean from that, they scored a pair of goals in the second half. Their shots were even, 20 shots, 10 in each half. But what can you tell us about a team that, also hasn't played for 14 or so months?
Yeah, well, believe it or not, they actually got to play a couple. They got to play 3 games this past fall. So, we've been able to see a little bit of them, and they're I know the coach, and we've played them the last few years. It's always been a very close score game. So it's also so early, right now. There'll be a few things that we kind of, look at in regards to them, but really it's about ourselves. It's doing the things that we've been working on, right. And we feel that, if we can stick to our game plan and we can be good at the things that we can truly control, we'll give ourselves a good chance. But so I'm not saying we're not looking at them. It's just that's the norm in an early season too, Jeff, right? It's just so early. You're not going to get much on a team. So you just got to focus on yourself as much as you can.
So second full season over at the Murphy Athletic Complex on your very own home field. It was pretty good to you last year. I know it's going to be nice to be back there. A little bit different because it's the second season, but boy, it's great to have that home again.
Yeah, man, it's last year was great, and we obviously won all our matches except for our last one on that field. So there's still a little bitter taste. So you want to wash that away. So looking forward to getting back out there. But it's nice to be playing, on a home field, right? We've talked about this in the past, and obviously we know that place is only going to continue to get better over the next few years. But just that feeling of being able to protect your home turf is special.
Could be could look like an English Premier League match, because they're calling for, I think, probably in the 50s and a good chance of some rain on Thursday night. But hey, that's fine. Both teams have to play in the elements, and at this point, you probably don't care what the conditions are. You just want to play.
That's exactly right, man. And obviously, Memphis weather, you never know. You never know. We could be in our bathing suits. You never know.
All right, Coach. We will talk to you Thursday night. Thanks a lot.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Head Coach Brooks Monaghan. I'm Jeff Brightwell with the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.